1v1 in the mid lane. But if Yeon can step up again like that, I think this is an easy 2-0 for Team Liquid. But the fact, Tanner, that Dignitas just keep doing this. Last week with Lion, and now here with Team Liquid, at least making it close. Like, is there something to Dignitas, and are we disrespecting them with our expectations coming into these series?
Absolutely. I think Dignitas is not a bad team. They're not the best team, but they're definitely not a bad team. They have a lot of players who are very good, and it's no surprise to me that they can go toe-to-toe with some of these teams like Team Liquid.
Sure.
All right, so let's get into the draft for game number 2. For both of these teams, I'm interested to hear, when you're drafting against them, is there anything out of the ordinary in particular that you keep in mind for either team, like a specialty with these individual players that deserves more respect than usual?
Well, off the top of my head, I've always thought about Gnar as the king of engaged supports. So
yeah,
I always think about that, but you know, in this meta, it's very rare to actually have an engaged support, so you don't have to think about that too much. And then on the side of Team Liquid, I always think about, well, QUID is kind of the master of Yeon and Akali. So you always do kind of need to think about that, but that's more to be safe for the 4-5 ban.
Yeah, get a little deeper into Fearless. See later on, the Ezreal and the Seraphine and the Karma all taken out for this bottom lane. So are there other like Ashe pairings that you prefer, or is it really mainly just with the Seraphine?
I think Seraphine is like the god pairing, you know, because of how the two champions work together with the root and the slows. So there's other pairings, but maybe not as good as that.
I mean, I'm feeling like Gnar or Lulu's that next high priority one here. If we're going to look at these kind of bot lane pairings, maybe something like the Bard, Caitlyn, or Varus. I mean, Varus pairs with a lot of the supports as well.
So I always really like Sivir lanes into Varus lanes, but we'll see with the rest of the priority for other lanes as Orianna is still left up. And speaking of goddess champions, that's got to be god of the mid lane at the moment.
Oh yeah, Orianna, it empowers all of the jungle champions, it wins lane 1v1, it definitely feels like the best overall mid laner at the moment.
Will QUID take the Azir matchup? That's the question. Because again, Palafox, I mean, he had an interview. Did you see the interview?
I did not.
He claims that he wins both sides of the matchup.
That
Ori
sounds like,
and Azir.
sounds like Palafox. But you know, I give him credit, he could probably do it.
Okay.
Also, so many people really prefer the Orianna at the moment with the current state of the champions. But we're going to see some other options be available. A lot of people like to go kill lanes into Orianna so that when you get into the side lane, oh, well, that was the hover. But a lot of people do like to go, that's why you saw the Akali, is you can put a lot of pressure side lanes later on the Orianna. You know, she's squishy, you can look to try and get kills. But we do get the classic, the Azir Orianna. So we will put it to the test.
QUID's taking the challenge. He's stepping up to bat. As bot lane and mid lane locked in now for Team Liquid. Let's see if they go for the support pairing with the Varus, or, okay, they're just going to go for another solo lane. So Gnar locked in for Morgan.
Choosing to drop jungle here, so we'll see what Josedeodo comes up with in the 4-5.
Yeah, I feel like you can go pretty deep on jungle champions, but are you worried about any particular, you know, Gnar counter picks or anything from a player like Photon? Is he really going to try and abuse?
I mean, Photon is good at some of these melee champions that are good against Gnar.
This would be one.
Here's one.
Yeah, there you go.
This could definitely be one. It's always really interesting because I feel like you do need to support it with jungle attention.
Yep.
But there have been, I feel like there's so many games where the Sylas just gets out of control, and you do have you know, some pretty good options for stealing ults already, directly into Gnar, of course, but you have, basically the key for a lot of the Gnar counter picks are gap closers, so you can try and take advantage of Gnar when he's in mini form, and remain similar here. Plus, this is one of the AP options, actually, so it means your jungle and your top lane can be really good in a 2-on-2 as well.
This is super exciting. Getting a Sylas matchup against the Gnar in this game, especially because I feel like Photon had a great Rumble game last game. So this is going to be really exciting to watch. The next thing I'm looking out for now are the bans from Dignitas. You see that they're banning Skarner, which is a good control champion for the Azir style comps. And you know, I'm excited to see where Dignitas takes the bot lane draft because they need to make sure it's something stable so they can help this Sylas out. Yeah,
immediately when I see something like a Sylas, I think, to Kobe's point, it can kind of demand some jungle attention. You want this to be in a good spot, so having something on the bot lane that can play safe, it's not going to be the Jhin, it's not going to be the Ezreal. I mean, maybe you go back to things like that Ashe again. Yeah, Corki's not on the table. Like, I don't think this is the type of comp where you want to go like the Yeon or Lulu.
Yeah. Again, I always like the Sivir one because you can focus on farming and you can spell shield a decent amount of the poke. But we'll see what they go with. A Sivir ult would also be great for the team comp with the move speed, but we'll see. Keep their options open. Meanwhile, on the other side, not going to be able to pair it with the Bard there. And Bard is another one of the other, like, different lane champs that try and deal with Orianna. When teams are like, okay, we're giving Orianna, they always try and come up with things that can punish low mobility. So not going to be able to use the Bard either there. I like that ban.
And I love the fact that Team Liquid are even looking at that Nico, because typically I think Nico with Varus, I like that pairing. I like Varus with the Bard. I like Varus with supports that can, you know, help set you up. But you don't want to give Nico ult to the Sylas. So not giving that one over. Instead, they have to ban it out. It's like, what do you pair with Varus at this point? Whoa! Senna for Dignitas.
You're not a fan, Kangas?
Well, is this going to be able to play safe enough that you can put jungle attention to the top side? I guess you're not really going to like play the Senna lane. Yeah,
we're going to have to see what Gnar picks with the Senna. My first instinct is to say I do kind of like it because it does help the top side.
Yeah, and also I associate FBI very closely with this champion. He has so much history on it. I feel like he definitely likes playing it. Has had a lot of success. Of course, the champion has gone through a cycle of changes over the history.
Sure.
Always buffing and nerfing the soul generation and stuff. Has gone through many iterations, but okay, here we go. CoreJJ says, fine, I'll lock in a Nautilus and we're going to kill you. We're going to look for some kills.
There we go. Find some way to engage onto the Senna. Set up the Varus as well. Can be a lane bully if you're able to have the right support pairing with it. And now what do we see in the jungle here?
Combo blocker here. Very effective against Xin and against the Sylas. Oh, they're not going to lock it though.
Aatrox instead going into the jungle. Damonte. What do you think about Aatrox for Josedeodo?
I think it's good. It's a good pairing with the Azir, in my opinion, because I think you kind of need a little bit of fighting power with the Azir.
More damage.
What I'm paying attention to, though, is this Nautilus pick, and that's another great ultimate for Sylas.
Yes. And let's see what Dignitas round out their composition with at the very end. It's something that's going to pair with the Senna in that bottom lane.
Gnarr Alistar.
A couple options. Oh, I mean, you talked about it. You like seeing Gnar on these engaged champs.
I think Dignitas have cooked.
We're gonna see some energy Gnar showing up here.
Oh, oh, true. That's a real question.
I'm gonna say that they really need it because the Team Liquid draft, if like the game is smooth and even, those champs look pretty scary.
And you know what? We always talk about the Senna with the Scion. You know, throwing out the W and then shouting it through the wave. What about headbutt? Yeah, you think we'll see one of those?
Maybe.
Maybe in the Silver Flex game. Too,
I'm just setting it up. I'm planting the seeds in case it grows into something.
True. Yeah. We don't have to harvest that plant, or that plant might not even grow.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Headbutt's really good to use on champions too.
True.
But I'm just most excited still for a Sylas pick because there are always so many of these fun counter picks in Gnar, and I've seen Sylas really be able to abuse it if. Especially you can have some jungle attention. I really do love this one because you can always force the engages. Sylas with basically the double gap closers, both your E dashes and your W. You can always try and force timings on Gnar. And Gnar is one of the champions that sometimes that can be really detrimental, around your Gnar bar. They can punish you in mini, so we'll see how controlled TL can keep this because as you say, Damonte, if they can keep it controlled, then it's going to become beastly.
Eyes on the top lane for Game 2 of Team Liquid versus Dignitas as Photon locking in the Sylas and even the bot lane cooking a little with FBI going back to old classic in Senna. And a lot of ults that Sylas can take. When I look at Gnar, I look at Azir, I look at Nautilus, all those are juicy.
I love all the defensive wards. Obviously, they're very common, but Aatrox is, as far as junglers, players that are like natural junglers, those of us that play non-top lane converted jungle champs. A lot of us complain about how Aatrox can just delete our Raptor camps. Aatrox Q is very good for counter jungling, and sometimes you can have Aatrox go for lots of weird counter jungling starts, and so getting some proper vision around for the early stages is definitely advised. And it looks like just going to be the bottom side start for both of them, so everything pretty calm right now, and it's usually expected when you have a volatile top lane matchup that can be swung. Hey, we're saying, do you want jungle attention? Yeah, both junglers also feel that way, and they're going to start bottom side clears instead.
This game kind of takes me back to some old metas. You got two melee champs in the support role. You got both junglers clearing the top
nice,
side.
actually. I like it.
Yeah, it feels good.
Comforting all the exciting metas here with some brawlers.
Yeah, it's looking like back when you used to play, Demonte.
Shoot, 10 years ago?
Dude, where's the Kiana Rumble combo when
Yeah,
you
right?
need it?
Come on, let's see it as Dredgeline lands here. Level 2 hit early by FBI and Gnar, but Team Liquid still trading back pretty nice onto FBI regardless.
Okay, see if they can soften them up early on. Of course, worth noting with FBI here with the double mobility summoner spells, looking to glide on them later on. It can be hard to pin down, Senna later on, and we'll see. The key to me is always, does the Senna get to the static Shiv cleanly? Because then it just makes it so much easier to play the game. It helps out with your minion wave clear so much, and see about that. Oh, nice little bouncer move here from Gnar already. Keep him off and keep the early push going. A little bit of damage on the turret plate. Play for some extra turret plate money early.
Yep. Meanwhile, jungler's still pathing top side, so hovering around the Sylas and the Gnar. Photon is getting that shove in right now as mid lane's also trading health bars. Actually, two pretty low health bars on this top half of the map. Let's see if Photon's able to get this wave in, because right now, if Josedeodo really wants to go for it, maybe he can find something, but no, Morgan's going to go for the reset.
Yeah, he's chilling because he does have the Phaelites ward as well for the extra vision, and Mini Gnar not going to be able to start anything out on him. So pretty good positioning, pretty good start here for Photon. Push it all the way in. Now we're getting the recall for eXyu because he does not want to mess around with the top timing there, and recalls into his buy with the extra control ward to go for bot side Scuttle Crab. Pretty calm, yeah, pretty calm opener early. No Magic Mantle picked up for Morgan. I think that is necessary for the Sylas matchup, because otherwise the trades just build up and build up and build up on you until you are in lethal range.
Yeah.
And then you start having to give up a lot.
And Demonte, this is something that I've been very interested in with junglers. What do you think about this kind of like delayed second scuttle? Because eXyu, he doesn't take it immediately, he goes to the reset and takes it. That'll delay the next spawn. How much has that really affected the meta? Because I feel like jungle focus on scuttles has been fascinating this year to track.
Well, in this one, he kind of has to just base first and then go to scuttle because he ended his clear on top side. If he walked all the way to bot scuttle after clearing his Krugs, it would have taken longer than if he just based, bought his items, bought a pink ward, came out, and now he's ready for his second clear. So that's the big reason he did that. I think another interesting adaptation junglers do is eXyu could just leave that Scuttle Crab up for a while to avoid the 5-minute 30 Scuttle fight.
Yeah.
Which is not exactly what he's doing here.
Sure.
He's just doing this because of his jungle pathing on the first round.
Okay, so not quite leaning fully into that adaptation in the strategy, but still going for an efficient clear nonetheless, as Photon this time has his wave towards his side of the turret, takes another trade there onto Morgan, as both junglers yet again just pathing towards the top side. So not a lot of action going on early game here. Could just come down to these objectives as they're spawning up. 15 seconds for that dragon. So I don't think he was spotted by that ward. Now he should be spotted. So Team Liquid, their jungler awares now, drops down the control ward, and eXyu will clear that. Says thanks for the little bit of gold.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of time to do it. It's a perfect low timing here. You know, Krug's still respawning, so easily and efficiently grab that before heading back up. So honestly, pretty good vision all the way down the river here for Dignitas, so they can keep on coasting here.
So Demonte, which team do you think benefits from a slower early game? Because I'm seeing Azir, I'm seeing Senna, I'm seeing some scaling on both teams.
I think it's pretty close. I would say Dignitas may be favored in the early mid-game if it goes slow and they can find a big timer. But if that slow game goes too far into 2 items, 3 items, it definitely benefits Team Liquid.
Okay, interesting.
Nice little lane gank here, by the way, from eXyu. He's perfect.
Gnar from Morgan, actually stolen by Photon, but traded back by Morgan. So lane gank is absorbed, and no kills found on either side. No summoners blown either.
Nice answer, yeah. And I feel like lane ganks are a little bit underutilized, so nice, attempt there because they do have good setup with Sylas. Again, it's during a timer where you have so much free time, as in you're waiting for your next spawn of camp, so might as well try a lane gank. Oh well, it doesn't quite work out. Morgan has a good counter Gnar ultimate and disengages it, but you don't lose very much. eXyu still actually going to be able to get the Scuttle Crab anyway. Topside Scuttle Crab fire for him. That feels very nice and can just traverse to the other side too. Honestly, I wonder if there's even going to have anything come of these support roam timers. CoreJJ will at least reset out of mid, and maybe they'll set up at least for some Dragon Vision or something.
Gnar is going to somewhat answer that as he's passing towards the bottom jungle, but CoreJJ gets to the mid lane first right now. Not spotted on any wards, but Palafox is still positioning very safe. Been very impressed with Palafox in laning phase so far this split as well as this series.
Getting there first does oftentimes yield benefits, but because it is so matched, and you just saw Gnar go down through Dragon Pit as well, drop his ward, no real action takes place.
Look at this, isn't fair. Palafox is up 10 CS in the 1v1, winning the Azir, and now Team Liquid's team is helping QUID get back into the lane phase.
Yeah, hey, Palafox, he said it in the interview, and now he's following through on it, at least winning the Ori side of this matchup. We're going to keep track of that all split. That's going to be my little mini game, is how often does he get the matchup and how often does he win the matchup. As eXyu's hovering on the bottom side right now. Flash engage from Gnar, flash answer by both CoreJJ and Yeon. Team Liquid's bot lane not interested in getting caught there, but now they don't have the flashes, and in comes eXyu, has the Crescent Guard, but not able to get on the right side. Instead, he'll just flash in on a Yeon, taking up the turret. First blood to FBI.
So nicely done, and Ignar's like, yeah, I could just take this with my Alistar ultimate. Let's continue the play. eXyu wraps around, and Dignitas get a first blood.
Nice, Dignitas. I feel like
solid.
eXyu's having a nice little game here. He's obviously going to trade some top camps for that play, but
gets the flash there, so value for QUID. Burn Orianna flash. Maybe they do get a jungle gank or you know, something on next timer here for QUID.
Yep.
Have the flash advantage, have the Azir ultimate, but his team was helping him out, you know. As Monte said, it was no fair. It's not been a nice play.
We actually see Morgan alone in the top lane right now. His jungler's taking the grubs, and eXyu with the audacious charge. Morgan's trying to run away. Teleport in from Gnar. Morgan getting hunted in the top lane, while QUID getting in some trouble in the mid lane. Rooted up, but will survive. Top kill picked up by Photon.
Some signature Gnar Alistar we're getting here. Yep. I mean, we are getting some of the energy Gnar play. He's making play bot side, so making play top side with the Summoner Spellbook. Teleport up there. Nicely done. Yeah, jungler attention and support attention helped out with volatile matchups.
Man,
exactly.
Dignitas are playing great right now. I like this game.
Fantastic start, 2-0, a small gold lead as the dredge line will land here in the mid lane onto Palafox, followed up with the ultimate, and CoreJJ just autos him down. Man. That is not a true 1v1, but Team Liquid still get a kill.
Where's the honor, huh?
No honor amongst mid laners, Kobe.
True, true.
Yeah.
But actually, it's all the other people that are coming to intervene.
Actually, yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure QUID was saying, no, don't come help me. Please, stay away from my lane.
Own.
I definitely didn't burn Palafox's ultimate or flash already. Yeah, but really good run for CoreJJ, obviously, clearly taking advantage after QUID had burned the flash from Palafox with his Azir shuffle earlier on. So good follow-up there, and again, TL keeping it close. So this series really has been delivering.
They did use a lot on the mid gank though, so let's see if they try to fight Dragon.
Dredge line in onto eXyu again, Chain of Corruption as well. Crescent Guard answered. So Dignitas the jungler just fine for right now. Team Liquid using 2 of their ultimates, traded for 1. Josedeodo still has the Aatrox ultimate. Hasn't used that one yet, as FBI is going to start hitting this wave next, and neither team will actually start the Dragon. As I say that, though, Josedeodo does actually start that one up. In comes QUID from the mid lane. He gets there faster than Palafox, and CoreJJ and Yeon are still holding the approach. So let's see if Dignitas actually want to go for this. Hex Flash charge by Gnar. Not going to commit immediately. And there we go. Dragon just picked up. Flash from QUID. Embers Divide on the Palafox. How about an objective and a kill? Yeon gets that one as the dredge line. Just the tip landing on eXyu. Trying to get back to safety. Gnar helping his jungler get out of there as Josedeodo and CoreJJ will continue the chase onto FBI, who backs off now. Last Embrace lands, but CoreJJ is just fine. Team Liquid find the objective and a kill.
They get the bonus treat afterwards. QUID uses hit. Wait a second, it hits the
another W. These last embraces just cannot miss. FBI with the kill on a Yeon, and eXyu was still in the neighborhood. CoreJJ will fall as well. Give a double to the Senna. FBI showing up huge.
FBI Senna, man. I swear, comfort champions here looking pretty good for the bot lane.
This is a beautiful game of League of Legends. I love the push and pull that's going on. I feel like one side of the team gets ahead and the other side of the team gets ahead, and it's just nice to watch.
Yeah, so Palafox still no flash, and you called it, Kangas, as QUID's like, great, I still got mine, we'll go for the timer, and easy follow-up there. Then CoreJJ's hook kind of pulled him right out of the air. Cinematic replay, but he can escape anyways.
And then turn the play afterwards. I mean, the fact that they were able to find this.
Look at the 1v1 down here with Yeon and FBI. First, he lands a snare to CoreJJ, pushes him, or delays him as he's then clearing out the ward. But he gets positioning around those ranged minions for the Q to kind of set himself up.
Landed everything. Landed the Piercing Darkness, the Last Embrace, the Dawning Shadow. Check, check, check. FBI 3-0 now on the Senna. And Kobe, that's a static ship I see completed in that inventory.
And honestly, he had like A+ before he even got the static ship. So now his rewards are you get to delete those minion waves, deal with them way, way easier. He certainly is in his comfort zone. All right, Dragon, though, is to the side of Team Liquid off of the previous play. And once again, we're going to have pretty competitive fights towards the mid-game. And we haven't seen any like further attention played to the top lane up here. So we'll see maybe once you get some item completions coming in, we can start to get a little bit more aggressive. It's just that one with the gank, the kind of double gank with Summer teleport from Gnar as well.
eXyu now.
He wants to
push out from his own jungle. The Banana Bush control from Team Liquid. Lethal as another dredge line comes in, but now CoreJJ has to flash back as Gnar was ready. TP in from Yeon. Bot laner joining up, and Team Liquid are still fighting for control over that brush. They will get it, but they had to use 2 summoner spells.
Yeah, eXyu doing a little bit of bait right there, trying to use the wall to his advantage, let it hit, but still close enough, not going to pull him in, and Gnar goes for the attempt on the counter, and okay, no flash on the Nautilus. Definitely a possible kill target.
Something interesting that's happening right now is Palafox wasn't able to finish his quest before the lane's completed, but now that I look at all the inventories, it doesn't really matter because QUID doesn't have a pair of boots bought yet.
But now he might get dove.
Yeah.
He's got defense on the way, though. You see, look at the Xin hovering along the lane. Nice little insurance policy here, and so you don't see any further rotation over.
Josedeodo backs off, and Palafox is able to stay just safe in that bot lane. Orianna wave clear coming in clutch right there. So now, yeah, I mean, as we are cresting into the 14-minute mark, that's kind of the stat breakdown that we have. That's kind of like what we consider the laning phase, as now the lead is still there for FBI, but mid lane, slight lead for QUID. Josedeodo as well, a slight lead in the jungle. So, Demonte, I'm going to go back to the question I kind of posed for you early, as if it's a slow early game, who does it favor? Now we've seen some action. So now at this state in the game, which comp are you favoring?
All eyes on Photon right now. He has his one item completed against the Gnar. Gnar doesn't have Triforce yet. Big disparity in how much those 2 items cost. So I think...
Ooh, another dive onto Palafox. Uses the shockwave early onto QUID, but not onto the wave. A teleport coming in as he just autoing QUID down, and Yeon will not follow up to aggro the turret. It's just a TP from Photon to cover Palafox in the mid, or in the bot lane.
Interesting too, because this is all taking place 30 seconds before the dragon. 30 seconds before the dragon. Now you have no flash on the Varus.
That's tough. Yeah.
Very big ramifications there, and you know, Gnar was roaming over from the mid lane, so no flash on the Varus afterwards. Palafox got to still farm very effectively under there, and just requiring the defense of Photon's teleport, but I think that is well worthwhile. They've actually sent Palafox up to the top side now, so no teleports at all will be available for Dignitas as we approach that next dragon timer, and they're actually just going to go immediately and start out the Rift Herald anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Demonte, you were just mentioning eyes on Photon, had that completed. He's the one that TPs to cover, but then the team instead TP Palafox to the top side and go for this top half objective, and it looks like Team Liquid will spot it and then back away. They could run straight to the dragon if they want and attempt to their second, but QUID will get that bottom turret regardless. Yeah,
better to get Azir paid, keep him in the side lane, keep farming.
I do think Photon's TP was a little bit hasty. Also, he walked all the way back to mid after that play and allowed Azir to get this bot turret. I think a lot of pro teams consider Azir in the side lane getting a tier 1 like he just did as a win condition for Azir. So, honestly, I would give this round to Team Liquid, and it's reflected in the gold lead now.
And a second dragon picked up as well. They're 800 gold ahead. and pretty much all that being on QUID. Individually, he is 1,000 ahead of Palafox. So, laning phase, Palafox wins the matchup. But then you just get a little support interaction in there, and suddenly, QUID's back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, they did burn his flash. That was 1v1 from QUID. And then
true.
They punished him twice when he didn't have it as well.
But the 10 CS lead.
True.
The 10 CS lead's important. Now it's a 10 CS lead for QUID, as Palafox again has to shockwave the wave and delays the dive. CoreJJ was nearby, as well as Yeon, so Palafox reading the moment, will survive. Team Liquid still have 3 members up here. They might go for a dive on the next wave.
Every time the camera pans to Palafox, it's him against 3 Team Liquid members.
This is crazy. He's going to try and hit this wave again, as Josedeodo will just go straight in under the turret. The Dawning Shadow for the shield. Gnar for the lockdown, trying to turn something back. Josedeodo flashes to safety with the World Ender, but now the rest of Dignitas see blood in the water and a shutdown to eXyu. First kill of the game, punishing Team Liquid's dive.
Honestly, Palafox, he saved his flash and just accepted his death, and they still got a counter kill.
Yeah, not bad. They might even get more here, as they could look for another dive onto QUID, but that's a teleport in from Morgan to back it up. Dredgeline lands here onto eXyu, and QUID's actually doing a lot of damage right now. FBI backing off with the Curse of the Black Mist, getting his jungler out of there.
And there was a Secret Herald that was placed there in the mid lane, so Photon got some gold in the back half of that.
Yeah, Sylas does scale quite nicely too, and we have yet to see him in some team fights here and pulling some good ultis. Like, there's a lot of good engage ultis for him to pull off the enemy team. And maybe we'll get to see the Sylas really start to shine once we get to some of those team fights.
Yeah, we actually haven't seen that much out of Photon despite getting that kill earlier. He has fallen behind on the CS to Morgan, who now has a slight gold advantage for himself. So waiting for that big play from Sylas, as ultimates will be traded. Chain of Corruption for Unbreakable. Gnar gets out of there. And now Dignitas, actually, they might even look for more here onto CoreJJ. The slows from FBI. He's feeling confident to walk up with no Chain of Corruption anymore to punish his positioning.
I mean, he should be. Like, he is cruising. This Senna, 2 items already. You have Black Cleaver. You're shredding for your Xin as well. On top of your Static Shiv. Very, very successful start for him.
Also, reminder that the LCS Spring Finals will be taking place in Mullet Arena at Arizona State University from June 13th to 14th. Tickets are now available, and we got a QR code on screen. Scan that to pick up your tickets today. As Photon looking for a play onto Morgan, we'll push him back. DeMonte, do you want to go to the Mullet Arena? You want to come hang out?
Of course I want to go.
Are you going to be competing or watching?
I'm going to be competing.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Wait, you're in the chair? Or
no, I'm the guy behind the guys in the chairs.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you considering a haircut change for Mullet Arena attendance or
you
not?
You can pull it
off. Should
off.
I bring the mullet back?
I
used to be rocking
I
one.
think you could pull it off.
I'll do one if you do one.
Oh, do I have time?
And if Kangas does one.
You know what? I'm down. I'll do it if Kobe does it.
All right, done deal. We're
all
all
right.
in.
We're gonna have some mullets
for everyone
at the Mullet Arena. Mine might be a wig.
I feel like there should be a mega mullet meetup, the MMM.
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
So all the fans, everyone with the mullet
Yeah.
needs to take a picture at the Mullet Arena sign.
That would be fantastic.
All right, chat, who's in?
We can have the
who's down to mullet with us?
The mullet fan zone in the arena, where you have, in order to sit there, you have to wear a mullet or have a mullet.
This is a great idea.
This is a fantastic idea.
Good job, guys.
Genius meetup here. The melding of the mullets.
Oh no, that sounds pretty cursed. I don't know if I'm down for that one.
What about
braid them together?
Braid them together.
Do the wave. You know, one stands up, you have to stand up because your mullets are connected.
Yeah, we'll figure out some mullet activities for everyone to do at the mullet meetup. You know,
just some brushing. You know,
we'll have a photo shoot for sure.
Oh yeah,
at the very least.
I don't know what else you do with a mullet.
You know what goes well with a mullet? A mustache.
I got that one locked already. As right now, Team Liquid are pushing the mid lane for the Dragon setup. 30 seconds until that one's on the Rift. And they're clearing out some of the vision, but there's a lot of deep flanking wards available for Dignitas if they want to send Photon for a TP flank.
This is it, Photon. Show us something.
This is how you...
Poking him with a stick. Let's see it. He's going for the TP right now behind the Dragon Pit, but it's Dignitas already getting engaged on. QUID throws out the Emperor's Divide, pushing back Gnar, but there's the flank from Photon! He got onto QUID, and a shutdown to Palafox. Dignitas, a double kill to the mid laner as they smash Team Liquid at the Dragon fight. 3 kills to Dig, a rampage to FBI, and Team Liquid have 2 members left to try and catch these waves. That dragon belongs to Dig.
Photon shows you something right
He
there.
showed it.
Ask and you shall receive. And I was also about to say, he just went back to base. He just purchased that Riftmaker. He just got enough gold. You saw the recall from top side. He's buying it in base right now. Then he teleports out with his 2-item power spike. He arrives with the big shield right after QUID had already used his ult for disengage. So he says, thank you. I now have your ult. I'll get you and your flash too.
That's exactly what we wanted to see out of Photon. Nice. We waited 21
Beautiful
minutes
stuff,
for
but
that.
we're back to live here, and Team Liquid are contesting out the Baron, but Morgan heavily chunked down, has to take the blast going to safety. No one's fallen on either side, but Dignitas can keep chasing down this Gnar, about to hit Mega. FBI with the Q auto, W for the root, and he's gonna have the damage. Unstoppable on the Senna.
Yeah, he's dodging everything too. So much move speed with the Swifty boots as well. Mid tower, you know, in the efforts while they're chasing him down though. So TL trying to get something back there at least.
Yeah, they're getting some gold in their pocket, but they've lost the gold lead. Dignitas, specifically off of that last play at the Dragon from Photon, now hold the gold lead here. And DeMonte, I think you had the right idea. Eyes on Photon. What is this guy going to be able to do on this very exciting top lane Sylas pick?
The next thing to watch out for, really, though, is what we were talking about at the beginning. As Team Liquid gets to their 2, 3, 4 items, their strength does go up a lot.
Sure.
So Dignitas still, the onus is on them to close this game out.
Yeah, part of the whole reason they had so much success in that fight is the focus all onto QUID.
Yeah.
And they burn QUID's defensive ultimate on the initial engage before Photon's even there. So a lot of the work is done. Yeah, Photon is, you know, he's the GOAT. Okay, yeah, you killed him.
Props to Gnar as well.
He's usually the best player on Dignitas.
Sure.
But also the team, you know, burning the ultimate kind of set him up. This Baron play, though, from TL.
Yeah, Team Liquid are looking for it, but it's spotted. They saw QUID auto-attacking from that pixel brush in the top river. Dignitas are wise to this, and that means Dignitas will back up, but they get TP out of Palafox.
I think that's why one of the biggest takeaways from that fight is not only did Photon get the kill on QUID when he comes in from the flank, but QUID tried to flash, so no flash on the Azir either. It takes away so many options.
He's got the rocket belt as, ooh, it's actually Photon getting engaged on right now. Chain CC from Josedeodo and Morgan. Josedeodo with the kill, and now the flash dredge line sidestep by FBI. Team Liquid will not find another one, but that one pick might be enough for the Baron attempt.
Dignitas goat down.
Oh, no. But Team Liquid is just showing why they're such a good team.
Yeah.
Even when things go wrong, they're still in it. They're still playing around mid really well, and they find the pick.
Still have a 2-item Aatrox right now. Big threat on Team Liquid's side as CoreJJ and Yeon will hold the line and the approach of Dignitas. I mean, maybe eXyu can find a way in to carry that shockwave from Palafox, but it's not going to be through the mid lane. They're going to reposition around by their red buff. The Baron's bursting down. 3,000, close to 2K. Gnar goes into there as eXyu looks for the steal, but it's QUID that secures it as now damage turned back onto the support. CoreJJ goes down, eXyu knocked into the wall. Morgan will find the kill, but FBI is peppering him down with the damage, and Palafox on the killing spree. Kills traded up for Dignitas, but the Baron secured for Team Liquid.
Yeah, but Dignitas, now they get to run the Rift and wiping most of those Barons off. Let's take a look at the setup again.
This was really ballsy. I don't know about this out of Team Liquid. It was just a complete flip.
Yeah, Yeon is in the back of the
shockwave.
pit getting annihilated there on the Varus. He got, you know, the spell shield knocked off.
Yep.
Baron, oh my god, was that 4 HP? I saw 4 HP.
Yeah, Azir got it. I don't know, even with an auto? Yeah. Wow.
Something like that. But also the Dawning Shadow taking out Yeon there. I mean, this was a disaster of a fight for Team Liquid. Getting the Baron's a consolation prize.
Well, how Baron did we get? I was smurfing. What the fuck?
Classic Gnar.
Dude, Gnar has been smurfing this game, though. You know, credit, right? He deserves it, man. He's only missed out in participating in a single one of the kills. Actually has been some vintage Gnar Alistar play for him. And okay, all right, they basically wipe it all off, and it's negative 800 on the Baron power play after that one anyway.
0011 for Gnar, 605 for FBI as Photon will take the depth charge from CoreJJ, and they are ready to fight in 15 seconds for this next dragon.
And all that was set up because of the mid play that we were talking about from TL last time, where it actually had started where Morgan got into this side brush at mid lane and popped his sweeper, and they saw Photon coming around for the flank. So we'll see if the vision game actually results in a big meaningful play again for them, because currently they have Morgan himself split pushing, and Morgan is getting more work done. So he had the sweeper play for the last one to find the pick, and the split push here with Baron does find value.
Yep, Team Liquid just leveraging their early advantages they got, which is the 2 dragons. So they trade the top tier 2 for Dignitas' second dragon. Nice play.
And another plate there in the mid lane as QUID will get out with a little shuffle. Looks like almost one final play, but nope, it is still available to pick up from an auto on Team Liquid. So overall, that is a positive Red Bull Baron power play. 200.
Yeah, technically positive.
On a technicality.
There you go.
We
Big,
get by. Yeah.
Humongous Baron power play.
It's a plus sign in front of the numbers.
It certainly is. So checking in on FBI's Senna here. He is at his 4 items, excuse me, and they're actually going for an engage.
As the shockwave from eXyu onto QUID, he's able to shuffle away, but the Donnie shadow damage is there, and QUID just cannot escape. Wind becomes lightning, kill to eXyu as CoreJJ tries to escape with his team, but is delayed. Dignitas find 2 in the bot lane.
Oh my goodness. eXyu got in that side brush, and eXyu plus FBI jumping on QUID again. Dignitas, this whole series, Kangas, they've had significant good plays, lots of positive things to say. Really looking for them to actually finish out a game here, though, and push us to a game number 3 and make it all worthwhile. I have to say, I do always have so much confidence in FBI's Senna, and he is just scaling like an absolute monster in this one. So eXyu, again, he got into the brush like I'm talking about. He sweeps it, and he's right in QUID space. They get the ult out early. It allows FBI to move up right into him, and they get so much damage here. And then the W to finish him off from eXyu. I believe that was the ability. Yeah, he charged into CoreJJ, and then he's able to hit it here to finish off the kill. eXyu sneaking into the brush. FBI just been farming away on Senna. Huge lead for him, and Sam is not happy.
I mean, it's such a bummer when one of your players just like face checks a bush and then dies. It's just like, as a coach, you know, what is there to really say? It's like, don't do that.
Yeah. And it's your Azir.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Bad. Smack him on the wrist.
When Demonte keeps talking about how monstrous this TL, comp is going to be, a lot of it hinges on Azir being able to pump damage later on, and it's close to a death cap, so.
Yeah, he's getting there, but he's not even at 3 items. You're talking, Demonte, about like the 4-item spike. Well, guess who's already there? 4 items on FBI. So this is heavily in favor of Dignitas in terms of just the itemization plus the 3K gold lead. The dredge line does land onto Gnar, not necessarily the member you want to full send onto. Josedeodo is looking for a flank. Flash in a corruption will be flash answered by Palafox. TP in now from Photon. But it looks like Team Liquid are backing off. Depth charge is taken, throws it straight onto QUID, but he will get to safety as well.
Not too sure about that one, Photon, but I like it, I guess.
Okay, that was a default to trust moment.
Yes.
He's like, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say I like it anyway.
Well, this game is just showing me why Team Liquid is so good, because I feel like they are so patient with how they use TPs, how they use their spells. Obviously, QUID don't do that in the bot side. But you see Photon is really hasty to use his TPs this game. Palafox is 1v3, 1v4 a lot in the early mid game. So even though Dignitas has this lead, it's just interesting to watch. It's fun to watch how Team Liquid functions.
I will say, since that mid game, Palafox has remained safe. Like, he got punished a bunch of times when his flash was blown early by QUID, fair enough. But since then, he's remained safe, and he's stacked up a Dark Seal so much for it because he has not dropped a lot of deaths since then, and they have been able to win a lot of these team fights. So now, on top of your death caps being completed by both mid laners, the fully stacked Dark Seal versus the 0 stacks there for QUID, as they both hit level 16, and you get to these critical breakpoints here with your rank 3 ultimates having a big punch. for Dignitas. They are set up in another really good and winnable scenario for them in this series. Can they actually finish this one out?
Speaking of stacks, I want to know where FBI is right now on the Senna, because he's been farming up these souls throughout the game, as the chains will land here onto CoreJJ. He's able to flash away, dodge out on the Emperor's Divide. Team Liquid drop the Azir turret and still have their defenses, as now the re-engage from Gnar straight in on the QUID, and he's going to go down! Photon with the kill credit, and Dignitas find their pick.
All series long, Dignitas putting pressure on QUID, both games. Even though they don't win the first one, they're setting up to win the second one, because that should be Baron.
Morgan keeps pushing in on the bottom side, will get a turret there, but Dignitas, with that one kill, turn it into their own Baron. They still have the gold lead. And a Baron at 32 minutes here. Dragon's up as well, so they actually won't be able to take that one. Team Liquid are already on that Dragon. It feels good for Dignitas. You get the dopamine of the gold, but I actually kind of like that Team Liquid was still able to get a turret and now put themselves at Dragon Soul point, but a TP in from Gnar. Can he delay the resets? He's going to look for the headbutt onto Josedeodo as Palafox is coming in. Flash from the Aatrox, and he's just fine.
All right, how positive will this Baron power play be in this one? And yeah, you know, FBI is getting a lot of extra range. AD carry Senna, of course, doesn't you know, stack super fast on the souls, but 117 and really a lot of the gold. I mean, yeah, we always focus on souls for Senna, but also gold is really good on this champ too, because you know, he's working towards an IE as well, and he already is really painful, and he's using the move speed plus range combination very effectively. So the bottom lane for Dignitas has really showed up in this game.
I think we're going to see Dignitas set up a 2-lane mid-bot here, and they're just going to try to go ham as fast as they can, because Team Liquid lost all their flashes in that last fight, and Dignitas has a bunch of their flashes.
Sure.
So this could be an opportunity for them to find a fight and even end the game.
Honestly, this Baron, if you're able to find the right fight, the right kills, you can just walk it in. Massive 3-cannon wave here in the bottom lane.
So they sent Photon back to go catch the wave on top side. He does have teleport, so it's not a big deal. Morgan is quickly expiring back to Gnar and is completing his recall. So easy siege there for Dig. They complete one of the towers and bump their Baron power play up, as Photon was able to catch the wave no problem up on top side, and now is going to walk down to mid for the 4-1 split push.
Yeah, that's a bigger Baron power play number right there. 2K as the siege will continue with 4 cannon minions hitting this turret. eXyu pulled back by Aatrox there, but Dignitas just keeping their cannons alive, pushing out the wave, and Photon, meanwhile, is sieging on the tier 2 in the mid lane.
Yep, 4-1 split push going to do its work. They're going to get another secondary tower. So continue to pump those gold numbers up.
Yeah, up to 3K.
Keep up the pressure, keep up the siege here. Senna so effective in these scenarios. Can they do it? I mean, we do have a little discrepancy of the Guardian Angel, where eXyu is not going for Guardian Angel on the Xin, but they do have one available on Aatrox if they want to try and like just fully send here, but
yeah, I think that they can just walk up. Morgan's going to expire, yeah, now he's mini Gnar, and Photon stole the Gnar ultimate. Now they're going to look for the dive here. The chains land, but pull back onto Gnar. He says, fine, I'll go for the engages. eXyu followed up with a Crescent Guard. Josedeodo goes into the GA, as now Photon finds the engage on the Morgan. Stasis used by him, but that's Palafox down. Dignitas got to keep FBI alive. They'll trade back onto Josedeodo. They'll trade back from Team Liquid onto Gnar. eXyu's trying to get onto the back line, but he just doesn't have enough damage right now. But CoreJJ will fall. The 2 carries left alive, as Morgan will TP back in with the shield. FBI and eXyu knocking him up. TP back in from Dignitas. Photon's rejoining. Morgan's in trouble, has to flash back to the turrets. Gnar coming up, but Team Liquid hold the line. They lose 2 inhibitors, but at least hold on to the game.
yeah, Photon teleport again, not going to get a whole lot out of that one, because FBI was able to survive on his own with just the peel here from eXyu, but they got so much work done. It gets a little scrappy underneath the tower. Yep. The second re-engage was the one that was a little questionable. I do like this one, going for the dive, getting the Guardian Angel out, but then you called it out as Palafox here got rooted from the Varus ultimate and immediately shut down by the Azir. That's where you get some hope for TL.
I like it from Dignitas though, you know? Getting in there.
Yeah, get in there.
They're trying to end it.
They got the rewards too, and then they're still able to recover from it, even though you know, with the change the corruption, allowing them to get the kill on the Orianna. You get the re-engage from Photon on Sylas. Cooldowns come back up, goes back in. He even went for the recall to try and teleport back in. Both top laners trying to do the teleport entry with the big shield to turn the fight, but job was completed as far as 2 inhibitors.
Yeah.
When you really do examine that, though, Dignitas went from up, what, 5.5 to now up 4. So Team Liquid is probably pretty happy with that.
Just take the game slow.
Yeah, I think taking the game slow, they're now able to push these super minions in, so they're in a good spot for this next dragon, but it's not soul for Dignitas. Team Liquid have bought themselves a lot of time.
Yeah, that buffer actually means so much. You know, Baron being taken so recently means it's still another over a minute till the next one spawns, and the dragon, as you say, not as big of a benefit here for Dig. They're still, of course, going to position for it and work for this one, but I want to know if the super minions from bot side are going to be meaningful, if they get any sort of like standoff here, because the 2 inhibitors being down can start to wear away at your base if it becomes a stalemate out here.
Instant lane priority for Dignitas as they actually will go to the dragon and allow Team Liquid to hit this mid wave. Team Liquid could contest. Demonte, 4 items on Azir. QUID has hit that critical mass as Team Liquid push the wave and are now looking to approach through the river, but the dragon is secured. Team Liquid are just stopping Dignitas from being able to get to that wave.
Again, TL staying all outside of the base, though. The super minion pressure is building up, so it's a triple stack super minion. They have to go respond to it now, so they're going to send QUID down there. The Azir has teleport. They're thinking, you know what, Azir can just clear these out, no problem, and teleport in. Hopefully the delay on arrival is not going to be super meaningful. They even sent CoreJJ back too, so Dignitas full priority over this Baron.
And it looks like Team Liquid will have to approach a dark jungle. No wards placed down from them to spot this out, so they just got to guess it's happening. They'll start walking in. Josedeodo does not have the Guardian Angel anymore. Throws up the chains onto Gnar, who's able to sidestep away from them. And eXyu just keeping Josedeodo out of the pit right now. Morgan's looking over the wall, has the Gnar available. The Baron is secured as now Josedeodo jumps onto eXyu, making space for Yeon right now to try and throw out the damage on the Varus. And eXyu keeping alive as Morgan did not find the flank he was looking for, but QUID finds the shuffle, dodged by Palafox. eXyu trying to get to safety now as they pull back FBI, but the Senna damage is real. Palafox with a kill and FBI lives. Team Liquid cannot kill the carries as Palafox pulled back in. Now Yeon can look for it. The stasis from Palafox. Yeon getting chugged by FBI, and Palafox gets another kill. Dignitas are winning the Baron fight. They'll get the objective and the kill.
Dude, eXyu with a Death Stance and Sundered Sky and Senna healing survives that entire fight. That is crazy. Dignitas, they secure the Baron, and Kangas, they're going to secure the game.
TPing Photon in. He's going to Gnar ult Morgan into the wall. Says thank you for that one. An ace for Dignitas. And we are going to game 3. Dignitas take game 2.
FBI 7-0-13, full build Senna with the QSS in the end. Woo! Dignitas showing up.
Quite the game. That was pretty good. I like that a lot.
Incredible stuff from Dignitas, and they've shown now they can take games against Lion, they can take games against Team Liquid, they can take games against the top teams in the LCS. Let's hear from the analysts to break down that game 2.
It's close. These teams 1-1.
Wow.
The sausage foretold.